My name is Eric Hoke. I'm a business headshot specialist with Solaris Studios in Houston, Texas. And I create highly customized headshots, powerful enough to produce a lasting association between the viewer, my client, and the product or service they provide. This is the Baker family with Baker Nissan, a family-owned and operated Nissan dealership in Houston, Texas. My assignment was to create 2 images, one for each of their dealership locations. And these images needed to communicate family-owned and operated Nissan dealership in Houston. The details of this shoot were all ironed out during their design consultation. The color of the vehicles to match the clothing. The height of the vehicles shouldn't compete with the height of the family. The location had to be scouted. I had to get permission from the landowner to do the shoot in their parking lot. We chose the time of day, sunset. However, things still did not go as planned. And if you know Houston weather, it can change on a dime. I brought out generators, I brought out the lights, we positioned the cars in a nice composition. But as you can see, the weather changed. The lights were coming on, which is what I wanted, but I wanted a gold sunset. I wanted a beautiful, beautiful sunset, and I wasn't getting it. And this was the image we produced, and it is far from what I had pictured in my mind's eye. To resolve the issue, I came back to this location a week later and reshot the skyline without the vehicles and then dropped it in. Then I added a little bit of warmth to the foreground of the image to tie it all together. Now, again, my purpose is to create an association for the viewer between my client and the product or service they provide. And right now, even though I've dropped this background in, my clients are not the brightest thing in the image. There's a lot of things competing for their attention. So I begin to darken things down. Once I've done that, then they can become the subject of the image, and the story is told. This is the second composition for the second location. I've changed angles, and now I've brought the subjects, the Baker family, in front of one of the vehicles. The first image, the vehicles were in front, now they're foremost. You can see the weather's starting to work with me here. I'm starting to get some golden light and some lights are starting to come on, but it still wasn't what I had wanted. And so when I went back the following week to get additional shots for the background, I got this angle as well, and I was able to drop these in. Once I had the lighting in the background that I wanted it and removed all the electrical wires, darken the areas. Now the family's bright again in the center with the vehicles, with Houston behind. I've still created the association, the relationship between the viewer and the family and what they do. And I want that association to be unforgettable. And if you've been to either of the Baker Nissan dealerships in Houston, you may have seen one of these images, showing that they're a family-owned and operated Nissan dealership in Houston. My name is Eric Hoke. I'm a business headshot specialist, and I create highly customized headshots, powerful enough to produce a lasting association between the viewer, my client, and the product or service they provide. How can I help you?